whatever you're doing right now. Look at your radio. In the next 5 seconds, you will see colorful saris floating around. See it? You can't? Of course you can't. To see the best selection of Kanchipuram, Banaras, Shararas, bridals and prayer saris, come to Nully Silk Saris with branches at Phoenix Plaza and Chatsworth Center. Stop staring at the radio. Come experience great service and international quality at Nully Silk Saris, where women have their choice.
It's a little after 8:30, and as the name suggests, it's time for South Africa's #1 news show, not the 8:45 news. The show that inspired author J.K. Rowling to launch her latest bestseller this week, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix.
Featuring reports from our international team of journalists, including those based in Cottonlands, Greylands, Meadowlands, Canelands, Brooklands, Bushlands, Fairland, Finland, Heartland, Highlands, Longlands, and Nonoti.
And presented as usual by the men that women love to hate, myself, Vikash Mathura.
And Ray Mirage. Good morning.
Good morning, but first, as usual, a word from our chief sponsors for the morning news.
Majali.
And it's on to our top story. News from the United States of America first. It's reported from Maine that President George W. Bush fell off a Segway scooter. Apparently, it's the first time Bush tripped over something that wasn't a 3-syllable word.
Still with the United States, Hillary Clinton is traveling across the country for book signings over the past few weeks. On Thursday, over 1,500 people turned up at a bookstore, and Hillary got a blister on her right hand from autographing the books. The blister made her very uncomfortable because now she can only slap Bill with her left hand.
Besharam.
And we'll be back after a visit to the marketplace.
Dhania, Karela, Methi, Bhaji. Bring your Aja and your Aji. Tomatoes, potatoes and half-ripe berries available only at quarter price from Harry's. And this week's specials, everybody, at our new branch to be opened this week with my new business partner, Potter. Come to the biggest fruit and vegetable shop north of Durban with hundreds of opening specials and big discounts. The name of my new shop is obviously called Harry Potter and the Fruit and Vegetable Order of the Phoenix. Free magic show for all the children and for all parents of grade 12 pupils. We have a special report on the drinking and drug problems at schools. It's called Matrix Reloaded. Also, a special competition for all the men's, the Daler Mendi Lookalike competition. Chief judge this weekend is last year's winner, senior journalist from the Post newspaper, Khalil Anif. So don't forget, everybody, Dhania, Karela, Methi, Bhaji, bring your Aja and your Aji.
We're back.
News just in. UN Chief Arms Inspector Hans Blix said this week that he is considering writing a book about his search for weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. Not too many publishers are keen about the prospects of the book, however, since this is how the book will be read. Chapter 1, Day 1, we found nothing. Chapter 2, Day 2, we found nothing. Chapter 3, Day 3, we found nothing. Chapter 4.
Showbiz news next. An honor that was long overdue. Vikash Mathura, Queen and Little Richard were this week inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. There was, however, one embarrassing moment during the official ceremony. When they introduced the Queen, Vikash Mathura got up. And we'll be back after this commercial break.
सर्दी रब रब दर्दी मैं सर्दी रब रब. Namaskar. This is Daler Mendi from the Punjab. I'm looking forward to my very first trip to South Africa and to meet my many fans in your beautiful country, and also to meet my long-lost separated at birth twin brother Ray Maharaj. I'm also looking forward to listening to the world's favorite weekend breakfast show, the Weekend Liftoff on Lotus FM. So come everybody, na 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 re na re.
We're back.
Still with showbiz news, congratulations to actor Richard Chamberlain, who went home with 2 Tonys last week. One was the award and the other was the caterer.
And finally, Shabbat Mathura, son of Lotus FM presenter Vikash Mathura, didn't know what to get his father for Father's Day last week. So he gave Vikash 100 Rand and said to him,
Daddy, buy yourself something that will make your life easier.
So Vikash bought a present for JJ.
And that's the end of the news for this week.
So until next Saturday,
Or the 28th of June.
whichever comes first.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Hey, come here, you. Come here. Why are you making Khalid Hanif the senior judge for Dalar Mehdi look like? What about Ray Maharaj? Come here, you.
That feature was brought to you by Nalli's Silk Saris in the Phoenix Plaza and Chatham Centre. Nalli's, where women have their choice.
चुरा के दिल मेरा गोरियां चली चुरा के दिल मेरा गोरियां चली उड़ा के निंदिया कहाँ तू चली पागल हुआ दीवाना हुआ पागल हुआ दीवाना हुआ कैसी ये दिल की लगी
चुरा के दिल तेरा चली मैं चली मुझे क्या पता कहाँ मैं चली मंजिल मेरी बस तू ही तू मंजिल मेरी बस तू ही तू तेरी गली में चली
ओ चुरा के दिल मेरा गोरियां चली
चुरा के दिल तेरा चली मैं चली अभी तो लगे हैं चाहतों के मेले अभी दिल मेरा धड़कनों से खेले किसी मोड़ पर मैं तुमको पुकारूं बहाना कोई बना तो न लोगे
अगर मैं बता दूं मेरे दिल में क्या है तो मुझसे निगाहें चुरा तो न लोगे अगर बढ़ गई है बेताबियां कहीं मुझसे दामन छुड़ा तो न लोगे
कहता है दिल धड़कते हुए तुम सनम हमारे हम
के दिल मेरा गोरियां चली
चुरा के दिल तेरा चली मैं चली
के दिल मेरा गोरियां चली
Kumar Sanu, Alka Yagnik from Meg Khiladi Tuanari singing for Akshay Kumar and Shobha Shetty. Of course, Aki will be in town next week to steal all the women's hearts, which is known to do. It's
And
now
is JJ still in love with him?
well, let's put it this way. Simran turned 5 about 3-4 weeks ago. And every time Akshay Kumar now rocks up on screen in a song video in a movie, Simran goes,
Mummy, Mummy, there's your cutie pie.
It must be devastating for you.
we'll see. I got JJ in Johannesburg, but next week I'll have KK in Durban.
We'll be back.
Lotus FM.
And now you're gonna dig this. Bollywood beauties, Bollywood boys, Bollywood Bhangra. It's Amlak Promotions Bollywood Electric Concert with Akshay Kumar, Fardeen Khan, Jimmy Shergill, Kareena Kapoor, Urmila Matondkar, the Bhangra King Daler Mehndi, and myself Vikash Madhura at the Kingsmead Cricket Stadium on the 28th of June at 7:30 p.m. Tickets at Maharaja's Prayer, AA Video, Memsa, Golden Jewelers, Dockies, Shah's Electronics, and Computicket. But remember, one show only. Brought to you by Memsa, Simmons, and Lotus FM.
Many of our loyal licensees have already won incredible prizes courtesy of TV licenses. Now is your chance to win. Make sure you watch SABC 1, 2 and 3 to see if you are our next lucky winner. And if you call 086 22 11 000, you increase your chances of winning our monthly mega prize giveaway. Remember, call 086 22 11 000 to win in our License to Leisure promotion. Pay your TV license. It's the right thing to do.
Hey there, I'm Vikash Mathura with breaking news for the forthcoming Bollywood Electric concert at the Kingsmead Cricket Stadium on the 28th of June. By public demand, more 75 Rand tickets have just become available. But hurry, get your ticket now. And remember, kids under 4 are absolutely free. One show only, Bollywood Electric concert, brought to you by Amlak Promotions and Lotus FM.
Hi, this is Fardeen Khan, and I'm looking forward to performing for you live in Durban. See you then.
Yeah, they're coming. It's now 13 minutes to 9 o'clock. Vibakshi Chetty's got the news at the top of the hour. But we have a very interesting story to share with you on the weekend Liftoff.
And this is a true mystery story. It relates to someone that we work with on a regular basis. I didn't want to divulge the name of the person that was involved in this.
Well, I think maybe you should not, Ray. Just tell me, between you and me, who the person is.
Maybe we shouldn't, because it was a pretty traumatic incident.
For Krishnan?
No, for Sanj.
Right, okay, so we won't divulge Sanj's name to everybody else.
We won't mention it. But this is a story, and it happened 2 nights ago. It was a cold and dark night. And Sanj lives in Dead End Street. And that evening he went to town for a movie with his friends, and he was having a lot of fun before he realized that it was getting very late, and he quickly walked to his way home. It was unusually dark and creepy that night. And a motorbike sped past. And the owls hooted in the dark trees. Close by, a cat meowed. And the dog howled in the distance. And the wind was relentless. And as Sanj walked down Dead End Street at 11:30 at night, just past the cemetery, he was astonished to find an old man selling some books at the entrance of the cemetery.
You want to read?
And it gave him the shivers when he noticed this pale old guy staring at him. And the old guy said, "Son, why don't you get a book? It will keep you company." Now Sanj tried to act brave, and he thought, why not? And he had a look at the old man's selection of books, and his hair began to rise on ends when he noticed that all the books were related to death and the supernatural. Nonetheless, he found one that was most interesting, so he asked the old man,
How much is this, uncle?
and the old guy replied, "Well, son, that's an interesting book. It is 150 rands. Sanj was shocked. 2 cars sped by. A bullet was fired from one of the cars. And a dog howled. Sanj was shocked at the price of the book, 100 rands. But that is so expensive. And the old man said nothing but glared at my friend. And this freaked Sanj. And Sanj quickly rummaged through the pockets and he found 100 rands. This is all I have, he said. And the old man replied, "It's okay, son. You only have 99 rands. But I will give you this book for that price." And as Sanj hastily paid for it and made a dash for home, the old man called out to him, "Son, whatever happens, don't ever Don't ever flip the book to its last page. Remember those words, my son. Don't ever turn to the last page, or you will regret it. The dogs howled. A slow truck lumbered by. And reaching home, Sanj quickly asked his wife, Mala, are there any new booksellers in the district? And Mala said, not that we know of, but we've heard that there's a creepy old man that appears only at close to midnight during a full moon and then disappears just mysteriously. Nobody knows who he is or where he comes from, but many have become victims in his wake. And Sanj said, you have such a lovely deep voice, Mala.
Yeah, go on.
Okay, and Sanj ran straight to his room.
My sound effects not working.
And nervously, he opened the book and began reading. It was 5 minutes to midnight. And all the time he remembered the warning the old man had given him. Sanj, never open to the back page. At 2 minutes to midnight, Sanj was tired and he fell asleep. And his stomach troubled him. At midnight, ding, ding, as he was sound asleep in bed, a cold gush of wind blew in through his bedroom window, which startled him and sent chills down his spine. He looked at his bedside table and noticed that the wind had blown the pages of the book to its last page. And for a while he laid in bed frozen in fear. But curiosity got the better of him, because Sanj had to know what was on that last page. And he remembered the warning of that strange old man. Sanj, never, ever open the last page of the book. So Sanj slowly got out of bed. He tied the string around his sutna pants. He put on his slippers. He put on his glasses. He put on his false teeth. And he picked up the book. And as he glimpsed at that last page, he let out a blood-curdling scream. And he fainted. And this is what he read on the last page of that book. Retail price, 25 Rand. Promotional price, 10 Rand.
4 minutes to 9 o'clock. It's the weekend Liftoff with Ray Maharaj in Durban.
And Vikash Mathura in
And
Johannesburg.
Sanj in Durban too.
Yeah, we'll go to a piece of music, and when we come back, it's time for the news at 9 with Vibhakshini.
I love you, Bama. Odi pogalama. Hello, hi, mamo. Sky todelamo. I love you, Bama. Odi pogalama. Vana bhumi yundan ummayana dostu, baby. Let's do it, baby. Hello, hi, mamo. Sky todelamo. I love you, Bama. Odi pogalama. கல்லூரிய கண்டுபிடிச்சது யாரு கண்டுபிடி நாம சிலை ஒண்ணு வைப்போம் காதலையும் தவறா சொன்னதாரு கண்டுபிடி நாம சிறை வைப்போமே வாழ்க்கை தீரும் முன்னே வாழ வேண்டும் இல்ல பருவ செலவு இல்லை போ 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 போ. இன்பம் துன்ப வேண்டும் இங்கு நிற்பதில்லை இளைய உள்ளவரை வா சந்தோஷம் நம்மை தேடுமே
This news bulletin is brought to you with the compliments of the Chatsworth Centre.
Looking for an upmarket shopping experience with a difference? You'll find it at the center of the action, Chatsworth Centre. With more than 150 stores to engage your interests, plus cinemas and restaurants, Chatsworth Centre offers you the latest fashion and accessories, as well as groceries, furniture and more. With so much to see and do, it's no wonder it's been the focal point for the community for the last 10 years. Open every day with loads of free parking. Chatsworth Centre, the heart of Chatsworth.
Good morning. The leaders of Brazil and the US have committed to the fight against HIV/AIDS in Portuguese-speaking Africa. President George W. Bush and Brazilian President Lula da Silva have given financial backing to fight the disease. This comes as a new study into the effectiveness of AIDS drugs has warned that the unregulated supply in the developing world could speed up the development of drug-resistant strains of HIV. Suzanne Chislett has more from London.
The study by the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine urges governments and international agencies to deal with this problem now. Using evidence from Africa and Asia, the research shows that uncontrolled prescribing of antiretroviral drugs is widespread and rising. It also found that in some places, patients are changing medication frequently, taking the wrong dose or stopping treatment in periods when they can't afford it. And it's warning
Features brought to you with the compliments of SK Narratives of the Chatswood Centre and the Phoenix Plaza for top quality and affordable prices.
SK Nidus invites you to experience grandeur with their latest range of saris at incredibly low prices. Printed peach skin and crepe silk saris from 40 Rand. Crushed silk and Italian silk embroidered Jardosi saris from 300 Rand. Gauri and Kumapi kolam silk saris from 300 Rand. Latest Swarovski diamond silk embroidered saris, 200 Rand. Printed Gauri type Resham bordered saris from 150 Rand. And silk bandhani gold checkered saris, 250 Rand. Why pay more? Come see our genuine low prices on the widest range of saris at SK Nidus, Chatswood Centre and Phoenix Plaza.
Vanakkam, vanakkam, Peru.
Vanakkam, how are you?
I'm alright, and you?
I'm alright. And why are you sounding like you're so excited today?
6-7 days left to go.
For what, ma?
I'm coming Durban.
You coming next Saturday into Piers? There's stars from India are going to be here when we in the studio.
What stars? We gonna be there. They coming just to say hello, boss.
I told Padma, you make sure that my blue safari suit is ironed and kept ready for next week, eh?
Amario, that Sowers went to buy a new sari. I said to her, Sowers, why are you going to buy a new sari when I'm going Durban?
Yeah.
She reckons she's coming with me.
To the studio, ma?
Yeah.
The studio will be very busy. I spoke to Ray just now. I said, don't allow any of the women in the studio because it's going to be jam-packed here.
Of course it's going to be jam-packed. I don't want Sowers to get shortbread when she's there because she can't breathe.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about her health.
Not fur on them.
Yeah, they're not fair. That's true. You saw Kiki, how fair she is.
Oh, you are going to shock. I'm going to take heart tablets and come here next week, eh?
And Uma Devi?
Uma Devi.
Urmila Matonkar?
Urmila Matonkar. Oh, what a woman's coming, eh?
You think they'll be interested?
I don't know. I
don't know if Kiki will be interested in Gigi.
I'll give them one CD of mine. I'll say, Dawa, you can see I'm a recording artist.
You think Kiki will be interested in Gigi?
We'll talk off air about that.
Yeah, how are you otherwise, Peru?
I had a very embarrassing moment this week.
Oh, that's not often that happens, Peru.
You see, I work as a police reservist part-time. You know the police reservist, yeah?
That's like all the spare police people, yeah?
Spare. It's in the look for volunteers from the community.
Yeah.
Now, one day I went there. I wasn't, because sometimes I wear uniforms, sometimes I don't use uniforms.
Yeah.
Now, I went there Thursday by the Vedlam police station.
Yeah.
And I wasn't wearing my uniform.
In other words, you put a cog on your knee.
Why?
Didn't they say you go incognito?
No, then they was teaching us. They said you can't, if you're taking statement or anything, you can't say A, B, C, D.
Yeah.
You must use Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta.
Yeah.
They was teaching us that. I said, nice like that. We're learning to, right?
Right.
So they asked me, what is A, Uncle Peru? I said, Alpha.
Oh,
what is B? I said, Bravo.
They're asking you?
Yeah, now I just knew everything because I learned it now.
But nice for them to ask, you know?
Then they came by the letter U now.
Oh,
They said, Uncle Peru, what is the letter U for?
Nice to ask, you know?
Now, I'm so old. How old am I?
72 now, Peru.
I'm 72. I can't remember what U is now.
Yeah.
I said, give me one int, the senior officer.
Please, Uncle.
He said, okay, I'll give you an int, Uncle Peru. What are you not wearing today?
Oh, you.
I said, underwear. He said, get out and put underwear.
What is supposed to be?
Uniform.
I had an embarrassing moment too, Peru.
What happened, ma?
I went for job interview again.
You went for second job interview?
You know how they sent me Cape Town last week, remember?
Right.
Now, I came back, holiday finished.
Right.
I was still looking for a job, you know, with bigger pay, you know?
Right.
How hard it is to make the ends meet on our grant money, right?
Of course, yeah.
So I met this manager, you know, new job.
Right.
He told me, reckon, Uncle Bala, what is your greatest and biggest strength? Oh,
He asked you that, ma?
Nice to ask me,
Your
you know.
greatest strength.
Yeah. I reckon, manager uncle, you know, I'm a little bit shy.
Right.
But I must give you my honest answer, you know.
Right.
He reckon, yes, I want nothing but honesty.
What is your greatest strength, he
I
asked
told
you?
him my greatest strength, manager uncle, is my wife.
Oh, what a sweet thing you said.
Yeah, he was so impressed. I'm telling you, you know, because it takes a man to admit that his biggest strength is his wife, you know?
Right.
He reckon I'm very happy you the first one gave me such a beautiful, honest answer. But while we're on honesty, he reckon, Uncle Bala, what is your greatest weakness?
Oh, you nice to ask.
Yeah, now I was feeling top of the world because I'm giving the honest answers, right?
Right.
You reckon your greatest strength is your wife. What is your greatest weakness? I told him, manager uncle, my greatest weakness is somebody else's wife. Whoa, he reckon, get out from here. Can't be honest these days, to Peru. Hey, you can't be honest.
Hey, I was telling you, I went to Vedlem last Sunday.
Yeah.
I was walking through the town.
Yeah.
And I was walking under a tree.
Right, right.
Now, as I was walking under the tree, I heard someone saying, help, help. I said, I wonder who was asking for help.
Nice to ask.
Nice to ask, you know.
Yeah.
I said, who is it? They said, I'm up here in the tree.
Oh.
I said, what are you doing up there?
Nice to ask.
One man with a parachute was in the tree, man.
He's stuck in the tree, Peru?
He said, yeah. I said, uncle, I was skydiving and my parachute didn't open. I said, you're so stupid. Of course it won't open.
Yeah.
On Sundays in Vietnam, nothing opens.
I had one argument with Sowers yesterday.
What happened, ma?
You know, it was our anniversary yesterday. You never phoned nothing, Peru.
How many years you married now, ma?
49 years now.
Oh, you.
49 years.
How you manage, ma?
Yeah, I ask myself same question every day.
What present you bought for the missus?
Nah, I'm telling you now, sitting in the lounge, I'm watching the TV, you know?
Right.
Now I'm thinking I need to buy this dragon something, you know, anniversary.
Right.
Hey, she's sitting in the room. From the room, Sowers is shouting, she reckon, Bala! You know what? I reckon what, Sowers? She reckon I can still get into the skirt that I had before we got married.
Yeah, she was very thin. She's very slim.
She reckon I'm just trying my skirt on and I can still get into the skirt that I had before we got married.
What you said then, ma?
I reckon, yeah, very nice. I wish I could also get into the skirt. How long it's been now? No, ganda, nothing, Peru.
Hey, you heard that Tubby went to court, man.
Oh, not nice like that, Peru.
Tubby got arrested, man.
Oh, nice like that?
Not nice. He's a good friend, man.
That Tabia.
Tabia from La Messi, man.
Yeah.
He was making Gavin in his backyard.
Whoa.
He was making homemade whiskey. Now they took him to the Vedla Magistrate's Court.
Yeah.
His lawyer said, Tabia, you stand in the court and we're going to ask the judge now some questions. We'll ask you and then we'll try to get you free now.
Nice to ask the questions, you know.
So he said, Tabby, you stand there and you look worried, right?
Right.
Now his lawyer said, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Because in Veterans they have jury, you know.
Yeah.
He said, ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Right.
Look carefully at the defendant.
Yeah.
Look carefully at the defendant. Can you honestly sit there, Mr. Magistrate, Mr. Judge, and can you honestly believe? Look at my client, he said. Look at my client.
What the lawyer is saying?
Lawyer is saying.
Tabia's lawyer.
Yeah, he said, look at my client. He's telling the judge and he's telling the jury now.
The jury, yeah.
He said, look at my client. Can you honestly believe that if my client had any whiskey Then he'll try to sell it. Because he's such a drunkard. They find him, eh? They find him.
But jury is very important, Peru.
Why jury is important?
Important role the jury got.
What duty the jury got?
You can call 40 jury, 30 jury.
No, that's jury, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why nobody listen when I say 30 jury. Oh, I got problem with my grandson, man.
9 boy.
9 boy.
How old is 9?
9 is 10.
No, my 9 is 10. Your 9 is 6.
Oh, my 9 is 6.
What happened, man?
No, his teacher called him the other day, you know?
Right.
She reckon 9 boy, first day of school of the term, you know?
Right.
She reckon 9 boy, you got any brothers and sisters who'll be coming to our school next year?
Nice to ask, yeah.
Yeah. Now, 9 boy came home to tell his mother.
Right.
Now, you know how close my daughter is to me, right?
Right.
What's her name?
Who?
My daughter?
It's Kanta.
Kanta, right? Kanta and I, we inseparable, you know? So she came, 9 boy came at Kanta, I reckon, Mommy, today the teacher said, call me, she reckon, 9 boy, how many brothers and sisters you got coming by our school next year? So Kanta said, that's nice for the teacher to take such an interest in the family of the pupil, you know? So she reckon, 9 boy, what you told the teacher? 9 boy reckon, Mommy, I told the truth. I told them I'm the only child.
Right.
Kanta reckon 9 boy, and what the teacher said? She reckon, thank goodness. She reckon she don't need another one from 9 boys. Now they want to change school.
Very tunsul, eh?
The tunsul boy, this fella.
You're talking about 9 boy, my neighbor. His neighbor's name, we call him Levin.
Levin,
His
yeah.
name is Levendran.
Yeah.
But we call him Levin.
Right, yeah.
He's 12 years old.
Yeah.
He came to the house and he's knocking at our house door.
So Levin is 12.
Levin is 12, man.
Yeah.
Right. He's knocking on the door. He said, Auntie, and Padma said, what do you want?
Yeah.
He said, Auntie, you got any beer bottles for sale, you know, because he's collecting money for the school excursion.
Yeah.
Oh, you, Padma gave him such a dirty look.
Don't tell me.
She said, do I look the kind of lady who drink beer?
Yeah.
Oh, you, he
Nice
got
to
a
ask.
shock addict. He said, no, sorry, ma'am, sorry. He said, but in any case, I want vinegar bottles.
Just quickly before we go, Peru, I must go book my ticket for next week.
You coming by airplane, man?
I'm coming by airplane.
From Joburg, you coming Debin in the airplane for the show?
Yeah.
Non-stop flight, man.
You won't believe it. No.
Non-stop.
No, one stop. It will stop in Durban.
It'll stop in Durban.
Yeah. Yeah, I was telling you, I can remember when Kanta was courting her husband, you know, boyfriend that time.
Right.
Nice boy. I love that child, you know. What is his name?
Sundres.
Sundres. Inseparable we are. So Sundres, when the first time I met him, he was not first time, try to tell word of life.
Before you tell your story, one time Pandit Chain Maharaj was traveling in the airplane.
Oh, one stop.
No, one-stop flight.
Yeah.
This was right now. There was such a major thunderstorm.
Yeah.
All the people starting praying now because they thought the plane gonna crash.
Yeah.
So when Auntie sitting next to the Pandit said, Pandit, you're a man of God.
Yeah.
Can't you do something about this storm? We might die.
Nice to ask, you know.
And the Pandit said, Auntie, I'm in sales, not management.
Yeah.
You was telling now?
I was telling quickly, Sundres was courting with Kanta, you know?
Right.
How long they were going out for? About 7 years. Every weekend they'll come home and spend time by my house, you know?
Right.
Nice, at least you can get to know the boy your daughter is going to make a choice with someday, you know?
Right.
This one day I was sitting after 7 years they courting. Kanta came to me and she whispered in my ears. She said, Dada. I said, my baby. She said, I think today Sundres is going to come and sit and talk by you. and he's gonna pop the question, you know. Oh, I'm sitting and I'm waiting in the veranda, right? Hey, Sundares came, he's looking nice and prim and proper, wearing suit and tie, pero?
Brought Murray biscuit and came too.
He brought Murray biscuit and came, he brought chips and came. He's sitting in the veranda with me. He said, Uncle Bala. I said, don't call me Uncle Bala.
Call me Dada.
Dada. He said, okay, Dada, there's something I want to ask you.
Nice to ask.
Nice to ask, you know. I said, Sundres, my young boy, you got all my blessing. You know, my daughter's happiness is all I want. It means everything to me, you know.
You're so proud as a father. Yeah.
I said, tell me, Sundres, you want to marry my daughter, isn't it?
What you said?
He reckon, no, uncle, no, Dada. That's not it. My car payment is little overdue. And I'm little short until payday. I don't know if I can borrow 100 rand, you know?
What you told him, man?
I said, don't call me Dada, call me Uncle Bala. I hardly know you. How I can give you money? Get out from here. Take your money biscuits too and go. Get out.
Hey, okay. I'll see you next week, eh?
Okay, pero vanakkam, ma.
What you wearing for the show, ma?
For the show? Depends what KK is wearing.
Yeah, but you think the promoters will allow us to go backstage and to meet the stars?
How many of people gonna come not to see KK and Uma and Aki and Fardin? They're gonna come to see by us, isn't?
We're gonna sign autograph to them.
We sign autograph?
Oh. Can't wait, eh?
I wear new safari and come.
I'm putting pocket handkerchief on my safari and come.
I'm gonna hide sour sari. You won't be able to come.
And that feature was brought to you with the compliments of SK Naidu's of the Chatsworth Centre and the Phoenix Plaza for top quality and affordable prices.
Well, good morning and namaskar, Professor.
He's not here yet, Ray.
I'm just wondering whether the professor, I know the professor's a huge Chinese movie fan.
Right,
He's got his own collection of Bruce Lee videos.
Yeah.
Whether he might be able to answer some of the questions that we have to pose to him.
Well, I'm not particularly sure, but I guess there's no better person to ask Ray than...
the professor.
The professor's just walked in. Good morning, Professor.
Namaskar, Mr. A. How are you this fine morning?
Namaskar, Professor. You're extremely late this morning.
Well, I had little bit of trouble in the traffic, Mr. A.
You can't imagine what we had to go through in the last 10, 15 minutes. We had to scramble around for material to fill the show.
Mr. A.
It's very unprofessional.
Mr.
And it's
A.
something that we do not tolerate at the SABC
Mr. A.
or at Lotus FM or on the weekend Liftoff or on the weekend Touchdown. There are certain standards that we would like to maintain on the show. And as a guest of the show, I think you should be very, very respectful of that.
Ray?
Yeah?
He's just left.
Tell him I was joking.
I think you want to apologize.
Yes, Professor, hi. Professor?
Ball, Mr. A.
No, I was speaking to Sanj. Sanj has been coming late into the studios every single Sunday morning.
It is not acceptable, Mr. A. It's supposed to be a professionally run radio station.
Absolutely. And
one cannot expect to run such a beautiful show without the cooperation of every single individual.
Absolutely. Tardiness cannot be tolerated in the professional organization.
That's what is said.
And punctuality is a virtue that should be respected.
But if you think, Mr. A, that you had a problem trying to, let's say, fill the gaps while I was trying to make my way to the studio.
What happened this morning?
Well, I must tell you, you should be on the other end, Mr. A. You should hear what we had to endure.
What did you have to endure?
To listen to your story. But somebody is trying to run me off the road this morning, Mr. A. Matter of fact, I must tell you, I have not been feeling particularly well in the past week. So much so that the good Pandit from Durban, Pandit Jain Maharaj, who's of course become a Nana for the first time 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
He telephoned me yesterday. And he said I will expect a call from Mr. Ashwin Trikimji, the president of the South African Hindu Mahasabha.
And the reason for the call?
Well, I got Mr. Trikimji's card shortly afterwards, and he said to me, he said, Professor, I said, Ji. He said, this is Ashwin Trikimji. I said, Namaste. He said, Namaste. I said, how can I help? He said, well, we've heard that your health has taken a turn in the past week for the worse. I said, yes, it has. He said, well, I wanted to know that all the pundits at a huge meeting yesterday have taken a vote to wish you a speedy recovery.
The pundits took a vote to wish you a speedy recovery.
That's what he said.
That is so sweet. That is a wonderful gesture.
And he said the vote was passed. 19 to 18. I was a bit worried, Mr.
I would be very worried. Tell me, did you listen to the story about the Chinese farmer?
That's what he said, Mr. I had to endure that awful story.
You didn't enjoy it then, did you?
No, I did, Mr. It was a very funny story.
Yes, but tell me, you love Bruce Lee movies, don't you?
That's what he said.
And apparently you are a bit of a movie buff.
I've got quite an extensive library, Mr. on the late Mr. Bruce Lee, because I've grown up in India, in Uttar Pradesh, as you would know.
Yeah.
Learning self-defense via Mr. Bruce Lee style, which was Kung Fu.
Right. So what was Bruce Lee? This is a bit of a GK because, you know, I'm a bit of a...
But you see, Mr. A, before you go continue, I must tell you, lots of people in South Africa are not aware. But Bruce Lee actually has lots of his roots back in India.
You're serious?
In Mumbai, Mr. A.
You're serious?
That's what it says.
Explain the link.
Well, for example, Mr. A, Bruce Lee's sister-in-law.
Yeah.
You don't know who his sister-in-law was.
Who's the sister-in-law?
Of Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee's sister-in-law is?
Sally.
That is so true.
That's what it said.
Right.
His favorite festival.
Yeah, would be maybe the Chinese New Year.
No, Diwali.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
You understand? He had a favorite actress back in the day.
Well, this must be Elizabeth Taylor.
No, Sonali. And he loved music, you would not believe.
Yeah, well, the Chinese love karaoke, don't they?
No. His favorite was Kawali.
But it's tragic that he died, you know, in that accident.
It was most tragic, Mr.
I can't remember. How did he die?
With a goalie. Mr.
But you said he loved Indian movies.
That's what it said.
And what was Bruce Lee's favorite movie?
What would you think his favorite movie was, Mr. A? Probably The Big Boss?
The Big Boss, yes.
Or The Green Hornet?
Well, one of the big kung fu movies, of course.
Not at all.
What was it?
Gharwali, Baharwali. And his favorite cricketer.
Okay, well, there's no two ways about it. It must have been Paul Adams or somebody.
No, not at all.
Who was it?
Saurav Ganguly.
You are truly remarkable, Professor.
Thank you, Mr. A.
Tell me, Professor, the word for today is osculate.
Yeah, that sounds like it got sexual connotations, but I must tell you the word has got nothing to do with sexual innuendos.
Absolutely nothing to do with sexual innuendos.
Matter of fact, the word could sometimes be referred to as, how would you spell the word, Mr. A?
It's O-S-C-U-L-A-T-E, osculate.
The word is sometimes called a noun. But people who think it's a noun would be terribly mistaken. Is that not correct, Mr.
That
A?
would be correct, Professor.
Others would say it is maybe an adjective.
That they might say
They
that.
might be incorrect as well.
They will be incorrect if they say that.
People of academic background, like you and me, Mr. A, we would call the word a verb.
It is certainly a verb.
That's what it said.
I beg your pardon, a verb, yes.
That's what it said. It's a verb. Now the word osculate means to ask somebody why they have not been on time. To osculate. Why you late? Q late I am.
Right. So you ask you late if somebody is coming home for a dinner appointment and you have an engagement, for example, with a visitor, and they pitch up instead of 7 o'clock, at 8 o'clock, you have to ask why they're late. So you say, ask you late. Why you late? You ask them.
That's truly brilliant, Professor. I didn't realize it was as basic as that.
That's what is said, Mr. It is a kind of word to describe the process whereby somebody inquires why one is not keeping to time.
That's very interesting, Professor.
Mr. A?
Yes, Professor.
Are you just a little dumbfounded, Mr. A?
No, do you have a question to ask me?
Not at all.
Do you want to know whether there's an alternative meaning?
Not at all, Mr.
Because
A.
The actual meaning has a bit of a sexual connotation. Because osculate means to kiss.
Huh?
Yeah.
You know, Mr. A.
For example, the typical bride or bridegroom on the wedding day will be osculated to death by hordes of adoring aunts, cousins, and other women, older women especially.
But they've got to be on time to do that. Is that not correct, Mr. A? Otherwise, they could miss the whole wedding.
They could miss all the osculations, absolutely.
That's what is said. So you see, the word has tremendous impact and relevance to what you are talking about, Mr. A.
That's right. The timing's got to be perfect. Hello, Munna.
Hello, Mr. A.
Then I'm talking with the baby, Professor.
Wait, Mr. A. Sipo Junior, kakak ko namaskar bol.
Namaskar, my darling.
Kutta kon bahalaya. Ho. Kutta kon uto.
Sipo Baya. Hello, my darling. Is Ray Kaka, darling? Hello, my baby. Hello, my Shona.
I love you.
Hello, my Shona. What did you say, Sona? I love you too, baby. Sing a song for Ray Kaka. Sing a song for Ray Kaka, darling. Oh, you're so sweet, my baby. You be a good boy, Sipo, okay? We'll talk to you next week, my darling.
Okay, Mr. A, my darling. I will talk to you next week as well. Namaskar, Mr. A.
5 minutes to 10, and it's time for the most sought-after feature on the show, segment of the show, the most intellectual part of the show this morning.
Dolia? Hey, Dolia. Dolia? कहाँ पे मर गए डोलिया Dolia? Huh? I'm calling you. You singing Nana, Nana. You thinking of your Nana, darling?
Nee. I'm thinking of Nana because Shantipur is coming from Kranskop today.
Oh.
She's coming for lunch. I'm busy cooking in the kitchen, Pukna. After how long, last time Shantipur came home must be 10, 12 years ago, no?
Right. Now I'm just wondering why you're so busy and singing. What you making for Shantipur, darling? What you making for lunch?
I cut 3 fresh fowls I bought from Bangladesh market in Westcliff. And I'll make maybe some roti and some pickles I got,
How many fowls, Dolia?
3 fowls.
3 fowls, Dolia? Dolia? You, me, and Shantipur is coming, nahi? Shantipur divorced, no? How many children she got?
11 children she got, folks. 6 boys and 5 girls.
11 children, Dolia? Shantipur? From Kranskop? Hey, Malik, but Dolia? She got married 20 years ago, nahi? And she got divorced after 4 years, nahi? So she got married 20 years ago, right? And she got divorced 4 years after she got married, nahi?
Right.
Now how come, Dolia, Shantipur got 11 children? Same father or what?
Same father, Pukna. Don't be silly. Shantipur will never get married to another man.
Yeah, because I love marriage. Love marriage. But Dolia, explain me one thing. They got married 20 years ago, nahi? They got divorced after only 4 years, nahi?
Right.
How come Shantipur got 11 children?
Oh, very simple, Pukna. Papa,
Huh?
Shantipur's husband who she divorced.